A collection of Life and the Times in 1980s at St. Thomas School, presented by the grade 7 and 8 students.
Butler and Harry Cassiani, reporting from St. Thomas Separate School, Sudbury. We are reporting on the inflation rate and the economy in Sudbury, Ontario for April 19, 1983. Back to Harry.
Inflation and the economy. Jobless rates continue to swell. A record of 1,658,000 are unemployed in March, 73,000 more than in February. Why would that be, Mike?
Because there is not much demand for nickel from Sudbury due to lack of money due to the debt Canada is in. That is why, Harry. Full-time employment increased by 20,000 for men, but showed little change for women. My question is, why do women always get the short end of the shaft when it comes to jobs and unemployment?
Well, I think the women get the short end of the shaft because in mines or railroad, hard labor like that, I think women are afraid to get their hands dirty and can't do as much work as men do. That's my opinion.
The inflation rate is a world problem to most of the people today. The rate is continuing to rise at a steady speed. My question is, what do you think about the inflation rate today, Harry?
Well, I think a lot of people are going to feel this, it's going to become a depression.
Thank you. Now, we are talking about the taxes today. This shows the taxes.
In 1960, in 1961, with an earning of $5,000, you got an income tax of $369. In 1980, with earning of $22,500, you got an income tax of $3,345. There is a difference. Social Security, pension, medical, and hospital taxes, $153. And now, look at it now, $1,485. That is another difference. Sales tax, $183. 1980s, $1,432. That's remarkable. Property tax, $197. $749 today in 1980, with an earning of $22,500 and an earning of $5,000 in 1961. That isn't too bad. Natural resources, $41 in 1961. In 1980, with an earning of $22,500, you paid $647. Liquor, tobacco, amusement, and other exercise taxes, $183. Now $469, and that ain't too big of a difference. Excuse me. And in 1961, for import duties, $108 with earning of $5,000. In 1980, $403. That's pretty good. Auto, fuel, and motor vehicle license taxes, $127 in 1961. Today, $399. The total taxes here in 1961, $1,675. In 1980, $10,306. That is a very big change. And there's a big space between those 10 years, 9 years. Thanks, Aaron. This was Harry Cassiani and Michael Butler reporting from St. Thomas School, Sudbury, Ontario on Centennial Project. Thank you. Let's watch.
This is Rico Rafuccio
Then Sean Bayshard.
reporting from Sudbury, Ontario, St. Thomas School on cars. Sean, could you name some of the top car companies today?
Yes, some of the top car companies are number 1, Ford, then to my knowledge, next is GMC, then Chrysler. There are other car companies in Canada. There are many more all throughout the world.
Well, can you tell us why, why cars get smaller?
Well, to my knowledge, cars are getting smaller because gas is so expensive.
And smaller cars take less gas, whereas bigger cars are gas guzzlers. They take more gas.
Well, nowadays, when you look at cars, they're all more streamlined, more sportier. Tell us why.
Well, cars are more aerodynamic, and people prefer them than regular looking cars. It helps them feel, I guess, cooler.
Well, could you tell us why the metal on cars is so weak today?
Companies use recycled metal and sometimes fiberglass to save on money, which the company has to do all the time.
Why are the interior of the cars getting more computerized?
Cars are getting more computerized because people, to my knowledge, are getting lazier and they want everything at their fingertips. So you press a button, a cup of coffee comes out.
Well, this is Rico Work with Joe,
And Sean Bayshore.
signing off with St. Thomas School.
Good morning, my name is Jerry Page, speaking for the grade A class of Mr. Chacha.
My name is Nuno Tulio, speaking for the grade 7 class of Mr. Trache.
Today we are at St. Thomas Separate School, Sudbury, Ontario. We will be taking a look at what books and subjects the grade 7 and 8 class takes for the year of 82 and 83.
We will start off the morning subjects, first which are taught by Mr. Trache. The mathematic books are the SI1 for grade 7 class, which deals with metric fractions and so on. The SI2 grade 8 book deals with metric integers and so on. The English program is based on the mini-series books, the viewpoint books, and worksheets. The religion program is mainly based on the Good News books of the Apostles and oral work. And now for the afternoon classes.
Okay, first we start off with the instrumental program for the grade 7 and 8, which is dealing with the book called Learning Unlimited, and taught by Mr. Trache. The next book is the health program, which is mainly learning of the body and alcohol, and taught by Mr. Dory. The guidance book is mainly made up of worksheets and plays that are just seen in class and taught by Mr. Dory. The geography program is mainly working on latitude and longitude and tests of the government and other sorts of news, taught by Mr. Dory. The science program is work on experiments, weather, magnets, and computers, taught by Mr. Trache. And finally, but not least, there's the French program, which is taught by Madame Louison. It consists of oral work, some worksheets, and tests. Goodbye, this is Jerry Page,
And Nemo Tulio.
reporting from St. Thomas Separate School, Sudbury, Ontario.
We'll do it again anyway, so just say it over. Just keep saying it.
Good afternoon. Today, we're going to film Mr. Kazakh. Okay.
Hopefully not all of them.
Sir, how long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
My second year since I was.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us of any memories of events or students which stand out in your mind?
Going golfing with Mr. Reynolds stands out in my mind. It was quite a unique experience.
Yes. Could you tell us what any problems you had when teaching here?
Not really any problems, just little hardships, I guess. We're such a small school and we live in such a depressed area that we really can't get everything that we really need for the school.
What do you think are the best points at St. Thomas School?
I think that it's a small school and it makes it very nice to teach the children. And the staff is quite a nice staff to work with.
What changes would you like to see here at St. Thomas School?
Smaller classes, more equipment, more money, more computers.
Have you always taught the same grade?
No, I taught grade 7. I taught grade 6.
Could you tell me the biggest class and the smallest class you had?
My biggest class was a class of 35, and the smallest class is the class I have this year of 25.
And how do you deal with bad kids?
Oh, a number of ways. Most of the time it's just fear, but I'll punish them. Sometimes they'll strap them, sometimes they'll give them rides, sometimes they'll give them detention. It depends on the circumstance.
Would you recommend strap to their school?
I can't recommend a strap to anyone. I think the strap depends on the situation. If you've given a child enough choice and you think a strap will work, then fine. But if you strap someone once and it doesn't work, it's useless to strap them again.
Thank you. Thank you. Now?
Yeah.
We were interviewing Miss Spitz. How long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
7 years.
Can you tell us any memories of events or students which stand out in your mind?
Oh, I have to think about that. I suppose the special days, the play days that we had together, and the excursions that we've been on.
Could you tell us any problems you had when teaching here?
Well, maybe too many children all at one time, and other times not enough children.
What do you think are the best points at St. Thomas School?
Cheerful attitude, cooperation between the teachers and among the teachers, and between the teachers and the children.
What changes would you like to see here at St. Thomas School?
I'd like a bigger room.
Have you always taught the same grade?
No, I've taught all grades.
Could you tell me the biggest class and smallest class you had?
I've had classes of 38, and I have classes of 1.
And how do you deal with bad kids?
Depends on what type of bad it was.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, set.
Go.
Now we are interviewing Ms. Zulbakis. Ms. Zulbakis, how long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
It's been 11 years now.
Can you tell us of any memories of events or students which stand out in your mind?
Gee, there are a lot of students that I can remember. That's hard to answer. There are too many. I can't think of just one.
Thank you. Could you tell us any problems you had when teaching here?
You mean problems with students or problems in the school? Or well, if I ran out of pencils or paper, that would be a problem. If some students didn't listen.
Okay. What do you think are the best points at St. Thomas School?
I think we have a nice bunch of kids at this school. I think we have a good principal. And the staff gets along well.
What change would you like to see at St. Thomas School?
We have this rehearsed, I I think I would like to see more paved areas at the side, you know, where they play by that ditch, instead of like have it more paved so they play ball there or hopscotch and skipping. See that? And I'd like to see more of those jumbo wooden structures like they have over at Alexander Public.
Have you always taught the same grade?
No. No, I haven't. I've taught grades 2 and 3, special ed, 1 and 2, and grade 4.
Could you tell us the biggest class and the smallest class you had?
The biggest class was over 40, I think about 45, and the smallest, about 20, I think.
And how do you deal with bad kids?
Sometimes they go and sit on a chair by themselves, or just give them a strong look and stare.
Thank you. Thank you. And one more. Thank you. Now we're interviewing Ms. Buba. Ms. Buba, How long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
5 years.
And can you tell us of any memories of events or students which stand out in your mind?
The egg dropping contest last year. Our play days, our concerts.
Okay. Could you tell us about any problems you had when teaching here?
Well, when I first came here, I found the discipline very poor. It has improved greatly, though.
What do you think are the best points at St. Thomas School?
So spirit, I'd say, would be one. Good children.
Okay. What changes would you like to see here at St. Thomas School?
Well, at this moment, I can't think of any.
Okay, have you always taught the same grade?
No.
Could you tell me the biggest class and smallest class you have taught?
Well, last year I had 32 to 34 children through the year, and my first year here I only had 17.
Okay, and how do you deal with bad kids?
Send them to the office.
Thank you. We have Vanessa Reynolds. Dula. This is Susie Visa and Karen Pilo, interviewing Mr. Reynolds. How long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
I've been here 4 years.
And can you tell us about any problems you had when teaching here?
Oh, we had some problems with discipline and to a certain degree, but they worked themselves out.
Could you tell us about any... What changes would you like to see here at St. Thomas School?
None?
None? Have you always taught the same grade?
No, I taught grade 7, grade 8, split grade 7 and 8, and here at St. Thomas I teach library to all of the grades.
What changes would you like to see here?
I would like to see any changes. I like all of the teachers, and I think we've got a real good staff and good kids here.
Can you tell me the biggest class and the smallest class you've had?
As a teacher, I never had a class under 35 myself, but in schools I've been in, there have been 16 in a grade, and the highest class we ever had when I was a school principal at another school was 43 in one grade.
How do you deal with bad kids?
Punish them.
How do you punish them?
Well, there's various ways. You can suspend them from school, you can spank them, you can give them a strap, you can give them lines. Sometimes you can talk to them, sometimes you can ask them what they're going to do about straightening themselves out, and sometimes you can put the ball back in their court.
If kids are really bad, do you suspend them?
Sure.
Thank you. This is Susie Visa and Carrie Kittle. Signing off. Bye. Change themselves. Okay, good. Okay, go. This is Susie Visa and Carrie Pillow. Now interviewing Mrs. Moulaison, Madame. How long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
This is my first year at St. Thomas.
What do you think are the best points about St. Thomas School?
The size of the school, for one, there are a limited number of students, and that makes the school very close-knit and gives it an advantage over other schools.
Have you always taught the same grade?
No, I've taught from kindergarten to 8.
Could you tell me the biggest class and the smallest class you've had?
My biggest class had 38 students, and my smallest had 12.
Thank you. We have interviewed Madame Moulaison.
Go.
Good morning, this is Chris Rossi and Lucia Tulio. We're going to talk about the best movies that won Grammys and give you the top 10 shows here in Sudbury for 1982. Lucia, can you tell us the hottest miniseries that were on television?
Yes, I can. The hottest miniseries were Winds of War, Shogun, and Thornbird.
What did you think of them?
Well, I thought they were excellent and freaked out.
All right, now we're going to give you the top 10 rated TV shows here in Sudbury.
All right, here they are. Number 1, Walt Disney. Number 2, Dynasty. 3, Dallas. 4, Three's Company. 5, Too Close for Comfort.
6, Paradise. 7, Magnum PI, 8, Matt Houston, 9, Dukes of Hazzard, and hockey.
The Grammy Award-winning movies were Sophie and Troy, Gandhi, E.T., and Tootsie.
All right, thank you.
I am Victoria Jacobson to behind.
Tammy Hurst, I'm Centennial Sudbury, it's at St. Thomas School.
Okay. On fashion. Okay, what would you say the present fashion is?
Polka dot stripes, lace frills, mini dresses, mini skirts, or anything that shows off as much skin as possible.
Do you think it is good for fashion to and trends to change so often?
Yes, because if you wear the same clothes all the time and the fashion was always the same, person get very boring.
Do you think the economy has anything to do with the changing fashion?
Yes, because when the economy's bad, there's very little clothes, mini skirts, and when the economy is good, there's long skirts.
Okay. Do you think fashion are more or less recycled?
Yes, because the 50s are coming back. Mini skirts, tight bottoms, okay.
That's it.
Thank you.
This is Peter Bodisek, Danielle Doe, reporting for St. Thomas School, Sudbury. We're going to be talking about nuclear arms. And why do you think we are building up so many nuclear bombs?
I think it is because the Russians and the other countries are trying to overrank us. So as they build more, we build more.
Do you have any idea when they are going to test a cruise missile out in Canada?
I think they should be testing it very soon.
Do you really think they will be able to design and build that new defense mechanism and put it up in space?
To tell you the truth, I don't think they will be able to make it. They need 1 or 2 4x4 meter mirrors in order to build it.
Do you think they will ever stop building nuclear bombs?
I don't think they will, but I hope so.
Thank you. This is Peter Bodisek, Danielle Doe, signing off for St. Thomas School.
This is Chache. How long have you been teaching here?
But at St. Thomas, this is my 3rd year.
How do you deal with bad children?
Oh, I generally like to handle the problem in the classroom myself rather than send them to the office. And I try to keep the punishment, make the punishment suit the crime. For instance, if it's people that have dirtied the floor with their dirty shoes, then I make them go and sweep it up. That's our job.
What changes would you like to see here in St. Thomas School?
It'd be nice if we could get some grass out in the backyard and more computers and generally more supplies, but we can't complain really. We've got a pretty good school here.
Yes, this daughter. Now we're interviewing Miss McDougall. Miss McDougall, how long are you teaching at St. Thomas School?
Roughly, I've been here for 5 years now. When the school was first opened, I taught for 1 year then as well.
What do you think are the best points about St. Thomas School?
Pardon, I didn't hear him.
What do you think are the best points about St. Thomas School?
I think St. Thomas has a good physical setup here. I like the spaciousness of the yard. Many schools don't have this. We're fortunate to have a good-sized gymnasium and library, some economics room. The classrooms are all good-sized as well. I also like I'm very fond of the staff and students at St. Thomas. We have a fine group here to work with.
Thank you. Now we are interviewing Mr. Dory. Mr. Dory, how many years were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
Too many years.
Sir, years, approximately? The exact, please.
3.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Could you name a different school you've been teaching at?
Yeah?
Will you name them, please?
Yeah?
Now?
Ramsey Public, St. Mary's, St. Aloysius, St. Patrick's, St. Thomas. Pardon? No, that's it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Now we are interviewing Mrs. DiGiuseppe. Mrs. DiGiuseppe, how long were you teaching at St. Thomas School?
I've been teaching about 6 months here.
Have you always taught the same grade?
Well, this is the first time I've ever taught, so that's it, 1 grade.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Laura. Darren Scopazzi. Reporting on movies. Darren, what did you think of E.T.?
Well, I thought that E.T. was a very special and unique animal. His appearance was kind of scary, but after a while, you felt a warm feeling for him. Like, you felt that he was your own pet.
What do you think of the director's ideas?
I think that Steven Spielberg is a very unique and special director. He has that kind of charisma, you know, he knows what to do.
Darren, what movie do you think should have won Best Picture?
Well, I think that, in my opinion, I kind of think that E.T., it was, I know I'm talking about it very much now, but I really did like that show. It brought the feelings out to you, and most shows don't do that.
Do you think most of the Academy Awards went to the most popular movies?
Yes, they do. Like, for instance, Gandhi won best costumes. All it was a piece of rag over some guy. Steven Spielberg didn't win nothing at all. And I do think that he should have won something at those Academy Awards.
Who do you think should have won Costume Design Award?
Well, I think that Quest for Fire should have won the Costume Design Award because they made those men look like primitive monkeys.
Okay, thank you. What picture do you think should have won Best Makeup?
Well, I still do think that Quest for Fire should win Best Makeup, and they did, to my knowledge, they did win Best Makeup, and that is very good. What is your opinion, Brian?
I agree with you 100%. This is Brian Law
and Derek Kowalski
reporting on movies. Thank you.
Bye.
This is Nicole Mason reporting for St. Thomas School on the songs of 1982. The first one I'm going to read is I Am Tiger by Survivor. Number 2, Hard to Say I'm Sorry, Chicago. 3, Ebony and Ivory, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. Number 4, Don't You Want Me Baby, Human League. Number 5, I Can't Go For That, Hall & Oates. Number 6, Jack and Diane, John Cougar. Number 7, I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett. Number 8, Open Arms by Journey. Number 9, Abracadabra, Steve Miller Band. Number 10, Heat of the Moment, Asia. Thank you. This is Nicole Misha signing off.
Yes. We are now interviewing Mr. Berardi. Mr. Berardi, how long have you been here at St. Thomas School?
The 1st July 1964.
And what would you like to change about St. Thomas School?
I changed for superintendent. Next year.
We have now been interviewing Mr. Berardi.
Hi, I'm Daniel Papino, and I'm Russ Roche. And we're here to talk about the Commodore PET Model 432 computer.
This machine costs $1,800, believe it or not. And this is a little, what do you call it? Disc drive. What? Disc recorder. Put your games in here, they're really, really fun. Here's one of our cassettes with the games on it. Tell them about the game that we play.
Okay, this game is called Combination Wars, and it's a multiplication game. The man goes across as it gets before it gets to the end. If you don't know that, like right here, here it goes. Put an answer in or you get it wrong. If you don't know nuts about computers, there's this television program that we watch weekly called Bits and Bytes. It tells us all about computers.
And this is a computer manual, which you should read.
Dan Pino and Carolyn LeBlanc, reporting for St. Thomas.
Do you think prices these days are reasonable, or do you think they're overpriced? If so, why do you think they're so expensive?
I think they're expensive because
we'd be just out of a recession, people are trying to make more money.
Do you think the restaurant prices are heavily priced?
It really depends on which restaurant you go into.
What are some of the fast food places around here?
Some of the fast food places are McDonald's, Deluxe, A&W, Burger King, and there's been a really a race between them to see which one can make the most money.
Do you think that it would be cheaper if you walked into a grocery store and bought the ingredients and cooked it yourself?
Yes, it would be cheaper, but people after a hard day at work do not like to go home, make dinner, and then eat it, clean up, and do whatever after that. People would like to go into a restaurant, eat their dinner, and pay, and then just go home and relax.
How often does your family eat out?
The family eats out about once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks.
When you go, is the sky the limit?
Pretty well. We can order whatever we want as long as we finish eating it.
As teenagers, do you think paying 42 cents for a chocolate bar is unreasonable?
Well, not that unreasonable, because people make quite a lot of money now after the recession, but it's from 2 or 3 years ago, chocolate bars have gone up